consecutive weeks. And number 2, the last 3 weeks, the man coming from 5th or 4th position has won the tournament. Here we go.
But as Parker pointed out in your little chat, Bo, he's won all 3 from the top spot.
Well, and I probably put the jinx on Hugh Miller. I have a way of doing that.
Ran over.
Dick Weber, here Hugh Miller starts with his first bad shot of the day in the championship match. Is this psychological?
Yeah, he lost the ball as at the release and causing the ball to skid much farther than he wanted it to.
Is that the $38,000 squeeze, you think?
It could be, very easily.
Great conversion between the
No squeeze there.
Hugh Miller. This is his 4th game of the afternoon, and it's warm in here.
Chris, he's in top shape, though. You know, he runs about 30 miles a week. He's run a marathon. He likes to feature in the 10Ks, the 6.2 miles, so he can go the distance 90 minutes.
27-year-old Parker Bohn. 3-time champion with shots like that. He's 5'10" and weighs 150 pounds. Bowling's great because all sizes can do it.
That's for sure. We have a lot of big fellas out there, like a Tom Young left-hander, 6'4", 250 pounds or so.
Steve Cook.
Oh, man. Then a little Chris Warren, 110 pounds soaking wet.
Dermot later has put that pressure immediately on Hugh Miller.
Excellent shot. The left-hander of the 3 that we've seen in the championship round today has the best wrist action, the best power on the ball, and he uses it in the first 2 frames to take an early lead.
All right.
Hugh Miller got
he had a total of 25 strikes in his 3 victories. There's his first of the big game.
And he averaged 243. Following the profile, he averaged 242 during the tournament. So for 6 games on this championship pair, he's 242.5. And I think he'll need all of that against Parker Bohn, Chris, to win the match.
Hugh from Seattle, Parker from Freehold, New Jersey. Howell Lanes, the most famous 2 words, I guess, in his history. His parents met there. He was married there.
And he has a pro shop there where he garners some extra income. But right now, the task at hand is Hugh Miller and $38,000, the Quality Inn Championship.
What's it bad like?
Dick Weber, the importance of power on the bowling ball, as you see the swing of Parker Bohn inside out. He comes down inside that right leg. The good wrist action, as you see there, the good turn, and of course the positive result with 3 in a row. How important is power over accuracy? Which would you rather have?
Well, I'd rather have the accuracy, first of all. But with the ball that Parker Bohn is throwing, he's so clean with the release, and he never uplifts on the ball. It's a straight out lift to the spot that he's trying to hit.
10 on the left line for Parker Bohn.
And that's a good lesson to learn. I asked Parker before we went on the air what his problem's been this summer. He says he had been uplifting the ball, or what we call hitting it too early, as his wife looks on, Mary, had been hitting it too early. Petraglia straightened him out. He said delay that release and that wrist action a little bit, and you get a better roll.
Yeah, with that uplift on the bowling ball, Bo, you get a erratic action. It hooks early, doesn't hook at all at times.
All right. This is our championship match for the Quality Inn International Championship. $38,000 the winner. We'll return with more. Edmond, Oklahoma. This is Boulevard Bowl, and this is the luxury Clarion Hotel, one of the many, many thousands in the chain of Quality Inn International. The winner here today will get an all-expense-paid trip to Tokyo, plus a week's stay in the Clarion. They'll get a bronze replica of James Earl Fraser's End of the Trail and $38,000.
Hugh Miller trails by 9, can take the lead with a strike here in the 4th. Hugh Miller
That's a
started
big
bowling
strike
at
by Hugh
age
Miller.
7 and he averaged 106, Chris, in his first junior league. By age 13, he was 165. By age 15, he was 200. That's a lot of practice, a lot of dedication, and it's paying off right now.
We've enjoyed knowing him. Interesting guy. Loves to sail on his dad's sailboat. In fact, he fractured an arm, dislocated a shoulder doing it. He's a competitor. He last won in Fresno.
That match was in a very tough scoring condition as he just fought off Joe Salbemini in the championship round. But this one's going to be a high-scoring match, Chris. You need a lot of strikes.
And Hugh hadn't won in 6 years?
They come in bunches.
That's him.
Dick Weber, you see the left-handers starting to struggle with what they call the carry down as you see this innovative camera angle brought to you by producer Carol Letty. Parker Bohn, the deep slide, and what we're talking about, the carry down where the ball doesn't finish as much. See the weak 7.
Well, as you watched Parker Bohn make the 7, the reason for that, Hugh Miller's going more direct to the pocket. Parker Bohn is going around a little bit, and he'll get more half 7s, as we call it, than Hugh Miller will. Hugh Miller will have a better tendency to strike, and I think the advantage is to Hugh Miller.
Good point. We've seen a lot of guys struggle with that carry down, especially right-handers. Dick Weber says go straighter. I agree.
Get up.
Call obeyed.
Strikes in the 6.
Strike coming in the 6th frame in this very close championship match. And now to increase his lead to 22 pins, as a 4-bagger working, Hugh Miller is on the right lane.
Wow. There's a shot that Dick Weber can describe better than anybody else. The shot that made him famous, the wall shot. What happens, Dick?
Don't take those walls down. That's all I say.
The head pin goes to the sideboard. Watch the action of the head pin. It's so important. You'll see the 5, 6, and 10 pins standing. There they are. Here comes the head pin across. Mixes between the 5 and 6 pins. Fall back in the 10. He has a big lead. Can extend to 32. 7th frame. The full fingertip grip. Here we go.
There is the bucket.
Miller may have pinched it a bit.
A little anxious on that shot. Hugh Miller going faster and faster and faster. And really that's kind of a good psychological ploy against an opponent. When you have him down to go a little bit quicker. I learned that from Dick Weber. He used to wipe me out with that until age finally slowed him down. I caught up to him. But Hugh Miller trying to run a little fast here has left the door open for Parker Bohn III if he doesn't convert.
Oh, there are those that say that age has not slowed him down.
You'll be on the senior tour for long, Bo.
Another 5, 6 years.
You know, Bo and Dick, you were talking about the wall shots. Well, a guy that liked tripping 4s, our mutual friend, the late Billy Whaleu, happy to announce that the PBA Billy Whaleu Scholarship was awarded to 20-year-old Kimberly Burke, the University of Nebraska in Lincoln.
They're the national champions. There's an important shot coming up here as Parker Bohn can cut his lead down to 8 pins on the tough lane.
Ooh. Okay. Let's get Parker Bohn's answer to what he'd do if he were commissioner of the PBA for a month.
Well, I think one change that we should make, starting right with this tournament, is the tournament leader should have to be beaten twice for someone else to take the title.
All right.
Unfortunately, they aren't making that part of the elimination round today, and Parker Bohn can take the lead here. 8th frame, trails by 8.
Come on, come on!
Okay, Parker is Mike as we look at Mary. They're moving to Boston in the fall because Mary's one of 5 out of 300 applicants who accepted in the School of Clinical Neurophysiology through Children's Hospital in Boston. So she's going back to school. Go to school watching that, couldn't you?
This is a case of 2 players going after the title. Nobody's backed off. The only slightly errant shot with Hugh Miller there in the 7th frame, but now he can retake the lead. He trails by 2 with that short count in the 7th, but 9th frame, just the pivotal frame, could decide the match. right here. Hugh Miller trails by 2, can take the lead.
I have to give him a lot of credit wherever he finishes here. Led 3 rounds and then dropped to 12th and fought back to get into the finals. What a player. 6-10.
A high hard one, Dick Weber. He wanted that.
He sure did. And you're talking about the bucket in the 7th frame for Hugh Miller. It's just a hyper error, not a mental error, but a hyper error. He's so pumped up that he got a little bit too fast leaving the bucket. There he wanted to hit high a little bit. There he leaves a 6-10.
Well, he drives the ball up high. The 3-pin is just jammed around the 6 and 10. An almost strike, but not enough.
That was a spare for Hugh Miller in the 9th frame. Now, Parker Bohn, 9th frame, 3 in a row.
He can really put Hugh Miller on the ropes with this shot. Leads by 2, can extend to 12. Has a possible 268.
Well, like before, his victories came from the top seed. He was that today.
His best shot of the match. Watch this reaction. Swings inside. Look at his eyes never blinked. His head never moved. The only thing that moved on that was the 5-pin as he shot it over to the 10th frame. And right now, as he comes up into the 10th, he can make his first medical school payment right here, Chris. A strike would win the match.
Yep, Bohn needs a strike to win. Well, I mean, the head switch, like.
A 10.
And you know, this really
That's a
sets
10.
up this Parker Bohn rooting it out, trips over the ball return. Really
Yeah,
sets
look, I
up
knew
the
he tripped over the
possibility
ball return
of a
on that
tie. Parker Bohn III going at a 2:47 pace. Hugh Miller a possible 2:46. If Bohn would happen to get spare 9, he'd finish 2:46. A real possibility, Dick, of a tie.
Mary watches with you. Made sure not to miss that one.
Very important
Like a
there, Bo,
spade
at least get
in that
9 for a cinch tie anyway. And I would throw the ball a little bit harder and move a board left rather, being a left-hander.
Good point. You don't want to get a short count. A strike wins all the money, $38,000. And for Parker Bohn, it's not a trip to Tokyo, Chris. He's already qualified for the PBA tournament to Tokyo. Quality ends will allow him to go to Paris. So this strike could take him to Paris and $38,000.
Carry! Yeah!
Well, it's Paris.
And that's strike 3.
So the international traveler, Parker Bohn III, 31 years. And Mary is happy. The student to be, the mom of Parker Bohn IV. There is the hug, and rightfully so. Very cool top seed here in our 24th of the 1990 season, the Quality Ends International.